Always. And we are so grateful, sir, to have again. Please help me welcome to the podium, Mr. Fred Mitchell.
Good afternoon. I like how she called me old for my face. Only means I've been coming here for a long time. Mr. Wiscombe was just telling me, because I was trying to remember the actual first march. And I remember marching next to Audley Russell, who I understand is the honoree's father, right? That's your dad. So the first march. Congratulations. Now, thank you very much, Madam Moderator, the leadership of the various unions, my colleagues from the political sphere, Minister Wiscombe and Senators Turner and Russell. We are all here to reaffirm the support of the Progressive Liberal Party for the labor movement. Yes. 1958, as was said this morning, was the starting point of a relationship which has endured from then until now. And nothing has changed in terms of our attitude and in terms of our support. Now, there were some specific things that were raised. Immigration had specific concerns. Customs has specific concerns. The nurses have specific concerns. The teachers have specific concerns. BCPOU said they have specific concerns. And let me put it this way. This is the day for labor. So I was planning to have another kind of rally tomorrow. And I would invite you all over there tomorrow if you want to hear me answer all the issues that you raised today. But I can't answer like I want to answer right here today. I have to behave. But let me put it this way. The issues are really complex. Let's take the public service. We have in our Constitution something called the Public Service Commission, which is maybe 5 people. And they are responsible for processing all of the transfers, discipline, everything you name it. And they are simply overwhelmed. So when we complain about things taking a long time, it is in part an administrative issue, but we have a structural problem that we have to solve. It's our job to solve it, but I just want to say by reason of understanding what the real issues are. So for example, and this is as close as I'll get to being political, when I left in 2017, the Department of Immigration, there were maybe 300 people who were in the category of trainee immigration officers. During the 5 years or 4.5 years that I was away, not one single officer was either confirmed or promoted. Not one. Not one. So that's as close as I can get to political. You asked me how we can change it. So our job when we got there was to look at everybody, the 300, and try and process them, get them confirmed, and put in place the promotions. But once you do that, it doesn't solve the problem because 4 years is a long time without a promotion. So a lot of people have been displaced. A lot of people are not in the position they're supposed to be, and you only find that out when the letters get back to you and you say, hold on a second, this is not where I'm supposed to be. So you have to go through another round of corrections. So that's just one issue. BCPOU. We said, don't sell BTC. We didn't agree with selling it, because the result of selling BTC is the bad telephone service you're getting now, and it's not because of these workers. They fired all the people, and they want to fire more people, and the service has been deteriorating. They don't even have generators to run emergency power down in Acklands to keep the phones on. So during the hurricane, what do you expect to happen when the power goes down? When they're not investing in the telephone plant. So complicated conversation. So that's BCPOU. And of course, similar issues with education and the nurses. We have a very, very complicated system of promotions and transfers and the Public Service Commission, very, very difficult to solve. But if you give us another 5 years, we can solve it. So, you gotta last, you know. I mean, I have to ask, you know, as they say in Jamaica, I beg you. But in 31 years, there's something called the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, which is going to run out. And in 31 years, I'm 69, so chances are I won't be around when it happens. But those of you who are here, remember, this will be like the British, like the Chinese in Hong Kong. 99 years will have expired since the year 1955, and the Hawksbill Creek Agreement will expire. So whether the Grand Bahama Port Authority does something or does nothing, in the year 2054, the game is up, and the land and the responsibility will belong to the people of the Bahamas and the government of the Bahamas if they do nothing. All we're saying to them today is, until 2054, carry out your responsibilities according to the agreement. If your job is to attract investment, and investment means creating jobs. That's what workers do. They work at a job. So the Grand Bahama Port Authority's responsibility is to attract jobs to Grand Bahama and to Freeport. If your job is to do that, then do your job. If your job is to fix the infrastructure of Grand Bahama, then the bridge going to East End Grand Bahama should be fixed. The airport should be up and running. What else? The hospital should be up and running. That's the agreement signed in the year 1955. No one is asking any more or less than simply follow the agreement. So all the Prime Minister said in the House of Assembly a couple of days ago was, we think you are not living up to the agreement. Amen. Yesterday, I saw a statement come out, say, you lie. That ain't true. We are living up to the agreement. $1.5 billion, they said, and they named off a list. But Mr. Wilson will tell you, who is responsible for that list? Not them. The Bahamas government did that. Not them. Ginger Moxie, since she's been the minister responsible for Grand Bahama, mobilized $9 million to put in this economy since the election in September of 2021. The Bahamas government. We were walking along the road on the march. We had to duck around the potholes in the road. Who's responsible for fixing the road in Grand Bahama? Look at the abandoned buildings. Who's responsible for that? Anyway, I'm not supposed to be venturing in that. 2054, in 31 years, the game is up. And I'm saying, well, yeah. I mean, there was a deal. What was the deal? The deal was the Bahamas government was supposed to provide immigration services, police services, teachers, and health services. And the Port Authority was supposed to pay the Bahamas government back for the expenditure on all those public services. Since 1955, not one penny. Not one penny. So what does Exuma the Obia man say in his song? Pay me what you owe me. That's all. Live up to the agreement. Nothing more, nothing less. And yes, we agree. We all have to work together. Nobody wants to pick a public row. In 1969, the leader of our party laid down the law. He said if the social order in this city did not change or bend, it would have to be broken. And with that, this became a Bahamian city. A Bahamian city. And we intend for it to be so going forward. So, I say again, just follow the agreement. If there's investment, and there's investment, plenty of it coming, there'll be jobs, plenty of jobs, and high-paying jobs, and jobs that are for Bahamians, not for those on the outside. I forgot to address the concerns at the shipyard. Our Prime Minister, as soon as he got in office, said the whole business of temporary workers, that has to stop. That has to stop. Has to stop. And that's our mantra, and that's our creed. And we also know that there's some things we have to do for immigration with regard to the container port, because you shouldn't be showing, let me put it this way, your family favor. Put it that way. You shouldn't be showing your family favor. You know, someone else could have that job. I'll put it that way. Anyway, I always speak out in turn. I see them tapping their watch, so it's time for me to go. Thank you very much. We deeply appreciate all the support which the workers of this country, they are the engine of the country, someone said. The country, that's right. A great address, and we agree with you. We support you. We pledge to work together to try and solve and resolve these problems. The leadership of the country comes out of the trade union movement, and we are always sensitive to everything the trade union movement has to say. And you don't always have to call us out publicly. If it's something, just give Mr. Wilshcombe a call, Mr. Turner, Mr. Russell, give them a call, say, look, this is going off the rails. You need to address this. And we are very concerned, of course, because this island, this city, is the future of our country. Look at all the investment which is here, and it's going to waste unless we get a critical mass of the population here. And that's the pledge of the Progressive Liberal Party. Thank you. I can't say PLP all the way, but solidarity. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Solidarity. Please. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Thank you, and happy Labor Day.
Thank you so much. Before we take the picture, let me please call my apologies to taxi union. I don't know why I can't call, but I still like Miss Jerry Jean to come up here. She must come. From the taxi union.